When you're comparing the Blackmagic 6K Pro to other cameras like the Sonys and Canons, especially on YouTube, the one common thing you'll hear is that this camera is not very run and gun friendly. And I disagree, and we're going to show you why. It is run and gun friendly. The first thing is the 3 function buttons at the top. The first function button is your false color, and that will show you where your shadows and highlights are. As far as the second function button is for the LUT. It's just easier to get to them without having to go into a menu and into submenus, which when you're in a run and gun situation, it just makes it easier to access everything. The built-in ND filters on this camera is another wonderful feature, and there's 2 buttons right there above the monitor, plus and a minus. At the top of the camera, if you want to access your ISO, your shutter, or your white balance, there are designated buttons to access those. I've never needed an external monitor for this, only when I was recording myself just to see if my focus was on. Everything else that you want to change is right there on screen. Your frames per second, if you want to change that, you touch it, change your frame rate. Same thing with your shutter speed, you touch it and change it. Iris can be changed, your ISO, the white balance and tint. Any camera that you get, you're probably going to build a cage around it. And with this particular camera, I'm using the small rig cage. There's a handle on this side. The camera itself has a grip right in here, which I feel like is a good, solid grip. I typically use this top handle just to grab the camera when I'm taking it off the sticks. It is good to have if you want to get a really low shot. You have 2 mini XLR inputs and a mic input. So this Rode microphone I use just to enhance the in-camera sound. Typically when I'm recording someone, I just go right into, from a lav mic right into the mini XLR. One of the things you're looking for with run and gun footage is stabilizing your camera. And for that, I use a strap made by Peak Design. It snaps right into your camera using these 2 toggles. It gives you a really good grip. So it's nice and steady. And you know, that strap is really what's holding it in place. I don't know that this would be as steady without. Doesn't always get the credit it deserves to be run and gun, but as someone who has a camera that really isn't very run and gun friendly, the 4K, the production 4K, this one certainly is. It's worth the investment. It's going to give you a great image on top of everything. That's really the selling point of this camera. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, but more importantly, leave a comment. I'd love to know if you're thinking of getting this camera, if you have it, what are your thoughts on it? How do you stabilize your camera? And are there any run and gun scenarios that I might have missed that are important to talk about? Thank you again, everyone. Take care.